Hi everyone, this is Nick from Canada Watch, and today we're going to deviate from our traditional format to pay tribute and respect to the Canadian military personnel and their important role that they play in Canadian society. The importance of this day cannot be understated, as the Canadian Army, Navy, and Air Force have a long-standing tradition of serving Canada in many different roles, and the people who choose to serve make many personal and professional sacrifices, and that deserves our respect on today, November 11th, Remembrance Day. There are more than 175,000 members of the Canadian military who have served in international peace efforts over the past 7 decades, and regrettably, 1,800 of them have died in the line of duty. The armed forces are not just restricted to overseas operations, they also play an important role domestically. Over the years, they have served in search and rescue operations, response to natural disasters, and protecting our land borders in regions that are not heavily populated. Furthermore, the armed forces were called upon in certain areas of the country during the COVID-19 pandemic to provide emergency medical assistance, and many armed forces personnel did contract COVID-19 while serving in this capacity. While it is important to acknowledge the changing landscape and culture around certain practices inside the Canadian military, such information should not undercut the immense personal sacrifice and commitment made by service members and their families, and that they execute their duties regardless of the politics surrounding a particular issue. Here at Canada Watch, we would like to extend our most sincere thanks and appreciation to those who are currently serving and those who have previously served, and we would like to take the following segment to acknowledge current issues surrounding Veterans Affairs in Canada. While the major Canadian political parties often take part in the symbolism surrounding Remembrance Day, it is important to take time to recognize that there are currently major issues in Veterans Affairs in Canada that deserve our serious attention moving forward. Much more attention is required as our veterans transfer back to civilian life. Many have raised serious concerns that they face medical issues and that they are pressured to be released prior to being medically ready. This results in serious issues such as homelessness, a lack of life independence, and access to real medical long-term care. This is a real issue that needs further attention. It is important to acknowledge that mental health stigma remains a serious issue in military and police communities, and it is important to recognize that a lack of research regarding brain issues suffered during service time could be contributing to this, and that more research is required on this issue. There is much work to be done here in Canada regarding the administration of Veterans Affairs. There is a substantial backlog of claims, a lack of clarity as to what care and services are provided, and recent changes to the Pension for Life program that have left some veterans confused as to what benefits their survivors can access after the age of 60 years old. It is also important to recognize that the traditional face of a Canadian veteran is quickly changing, with recent operations in Afghanistan, Iraq, and other operations worldwide producing a new set of veterans who will require care after their service time is complete. The previously mentioned issues are just a mere snapshot of the current issues facing veterans in Canada, and we sincerely hope here at Canada Watch that Canadian society will take meaningful steps to reform and address these issues in the months and years to come. We end today's edition of Canada Watch with a respectful ask that you take a moment, not just today, but every day in the months and years to come, to reflect upon the current state of Veterans Affairs in Canada and what we can do as a society to improve their situation. We thank you very much for watching today, and we conclude today's edition with a moment of reflection honoring the sacrifices made by our armed forces and those who have died in the line of duty. Please take a moment to enjoy. Thank you, and see you next time.